Hey, what's going on, everybody? Cody from View Golf, and today we have an M2 versus M1 first impressions and comparison. Okay, we're not going to hit any golf balls today, but we are going to take a look at all of the specs and the design features of the M1 versus the little brother M2. Okay, so by the name you would think that the M2 would be the newer version of the M1. Very confusing by what Taylormade did there. Maybe they should have called it the M1, M1A or something like that. But calling it the M2 makes you think that it's a replacement for the M1, which it is not. As you can see on the M1, we have the T-Track, one where you can adjust from high loft to a low loft setting. We did a review on that, so check that out for all the details on that. Also, you have a heel to toe adjustment. So the M2, your main difference is going to be, as you can see here, there is no adjustment. On the face of the club, you cannot move any weight around. What you can do is you can still adjust the loft. This comes in a 9.5, 10.5, and a high loft. So stock, and then you can adjust the loft from there. But no moving weight around. What you get is what you get. So you have the speed pocket here, supposed to increase ball speed, kind of the same technology they used for the RBZ line. And from setup position, you can't tell the difference. You absolutely cannot tell the difference whatsoever. You can do a blind test, put either one in a player's hand, and they couldn't tell you if it was an M1 or an M2. The main difference here is the tune performance is in gold, M1 tune performance in silver. So only if you're very keen you will be able to notice the difference. But and the other main difference here, the price. Okay, we talked about it in the M1 video. $499 for the M1. That's a lot for one golf club. You have to really like what Taylormade's doing in order to fork out $500 for a driver. But it's definitely a big dog in that regard. So the M2, it's going to be $399. Okay, now you're $100 less, but you're still at the top end of that market. You're still competing with Callaway's big players. You're still competing with Titleist. I think it's only $50 cheaper than their $915. So you're still paying quite a bit for one club. So that's the main differences between the M1 and the M2. We're going to be hitting a couple balls hopefully pretty soon and do a real comparison and look at some numbers. Honestly, from what I've seen and what I've heard, I don't expect there to be a lot of difference. Obviously, you can maneuver the M1 a little bit more, but as far as distance goes, from what I've seen, it's been pretty equal. There's virtually no difference whatsoever. So it kind of depends on how much you want to play around with it on the driving range, and how much you want to impress your friends, saying you have an M1 as opposed to an M2. So thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully we'll have a comparison video up soon. Like the video, make sure you subscribe to us. We'd really appreciate it. All right, we'll see you in the next one.